Railers get the win. We see Coach Alexander making his way here to the broadcast position. We'll get Coach's thoughts on this one as the Railers pick up the victory. Final score 62-58. The game in overtime. Railers with win number 22 on the season, now 22-4, 12-3 in Central State 8 play. And Lanphier drops to 14-9. They are 10-5 in the conference. Joined now by Coach Neil Alexander. And Coach, congratulations on this one. A big win for the Railers. If for nothing else, for confidence, it keeps you in the race for the conference championship. And boy, you got to say, midway through the third quarter, this might not have been a possibility.
Well, you know, it was hard. The kids kept fighting, though. They kept fighting, and you know, we even felt we were down, I believe, 10 with 4 minutes to go, and you know, we're still saying there's enough time, guys, enough time, and you know, again, you know, Lanphier played their butts off. They shot the ball exceptionally well. They kind of got complacent. Boy, there's a fine line on that, you know, when to draw back and when to keep going, to keep the hammer down, and you know, you got to be pretty smooth with it. But boy, we went after the loose balls. I thought we played the last 4 minutes of the game and the overtime exactly, you know, the way we did. We wanted to foul at the end. Exactly what happened there, and you know, it was just a really good comeback by our kids.
Yeah, your coach, you're exactly right, and as Jeff said, I'm not sure we had any chance of this after the second quarter that they had, but we kind of talked about it. As well as they played in the second quarter, we were just down 13, I think, at halftime. Right. So it wasn't over by any means. It wasn't a 25-point deficit, but they shot 8 of 11 from 3 in the first half. They couldn't do anything right or wrong, and the Railers couldn't handle their pressure. And as you said, I thought they pulled the reins back a little bit too quickly. They really let up their pressure, and whether that was fatigue or whatever, but lately down the stretch, a lot of turnovers for the Lions, and the Railers were able to cause a lot of that.
Yeah, you know, again, they got complacent, and I thought we played really hard. We got hard traps and things, and you know, we got some steals out of it. And you know, Hop played a great game. He got down the floor, had some great rebounds. Gavin played hard in those in there. Will Cook, I mean, they all contributed. Every one of those guys, even our bench was into it. And you know, they talk, they help. Everybody think, well, they didn't play. Well, they did play, because they're supposed to be learning and watching how intense the game is, and you know, doing the things that you know, we try to get them to put themselves out there and see how hard you have to play.
Coach, one of the things we talked about, maybe the key moment of the game with about 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter, Railers are down 12. Gavin gets fouled on the 3. He makes the 3, goes and completes the free throw, but on the same play is when Bishop got hurt and he went out of the game, so now you're making that comeback, and Bishop, one of their leaders, is taken off the court, and that's really when the Railers started trying to, you know, turn the pressure up on them, and that's when they started to look a little out of sorts.
Yeah, I don't think they were, he was out very long. No. But boy, when he's on, I mean, he steps across the timeline, he's in range, and I thought he shot the ball exceptionally well and played a very good game. And you know, they got the ball in the middle on us, but you know, when you got 3 or 4 shooters sitting around, you got to give something, and our guys were able to overcome it.
Yeah, Coach, you talk about Aaron Hopp, the best half he's had as a Railer in a varsity uniform, 18 points, I think, all in the second half.
Right.
And I think what happened, Coach, too, if you look there for a couple stretches in that when we were trying to come back, we settled for a couple threes, and then all of a sudden Hopp just started to go to the hoop, and everybody else, I think, kind of caught on and said, hey, guys, we can get to the hoop, too. You saw Will Cook get to the hoop a couple times. Gavin went there a couple times, and then down the stretch when he needed that big 3, Hoppy drives baseline on the right side, kicks it down over to the corner. And for some reason, I think it's the toughest shot in basketball, but Will Cook loves that corner shot.
Yeah, there ain't anybody else in the gym I wanted to take that shot except Will. You know, he stepped up and made a big shot. He struggled a little bit tonight from outside, but he took it to the basket. and then he hit the big one when we needed it.
Coach, we talked to her before the pregame. They had, I believe, 17 offensive rebounds in the first game against the Railers back on January the 8th. Tonight, just 5. A lot of that was Gavin Block. 14 rebounds for Block underneath, and he cleans up a lot, but a lot of the other guys do a good job. But there were also times where our other guys kind of stood and watched and waited for Gavin to go get it there a couple times, and they've got to realize number 22 can't get them all.
Yeah, we try to get everybody block their man off and then let him clean up, but what was the rebound?
Yeah, 30-27. We out-rebounded them.
Well, that's two big games that we out-rebounded, and, those are big things. If we could out-rebound with Gavin and the little guys on the floor, we've done a great job, but what a great win. I'm really ecstatic for the kids. It's a big, long week, so tomorrow we're not going to do a whole lot tomorrow. They had a tough one tonight, and Eisenhower comes in here Friday night, and they've beaten Lanphier. We had an easy time with them, and that's scary to me because sometimes the thought process of our guys is scary, and knowing that we handled them the way we did the last time and think that we don't have to play this game is really scary. So we want to take them one step at a time, and we've got the first of 3 this week.
And Coach, now everything in the books as far as what people are going to use to decide where they're going to seed teams in regional. With the Railers continuing to win, MacArthur stumbled a little bit last week when they fell to Southeast. You're not being arrogant or conceited. It's just you got to believe that the Railers have to be the number 1 seed with what they've done so far.
Yeah, I don't think there's a question. I think MacArthur's got 8 or 9 losses now. I don't know what they did tonight, but they've got 8 losses even. We've split with them. We beat them the last time. When we come to and ready to play, I like our chances, and I don't think there's anybody in the sectional that we can't play with.
Coach, big win here, and you say you take them one step at a time, but is this one of those games that, as the Railers progress through tournament play, however long that may be, this is one of those games people will be able to look at and say this may have been a turning point?
Well, we've had a good year. It's hard to say a turning point. It's not like we'd lost 4, 5, 6 games in a row or we're struggling. But hopefully, what it does is it lets them know that, hey, you're down 10, we still got a chance.
Right.
With some time left, and there wasn't a whole lot of time left. 4 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know what your thoughts were with the 4-minute mark.
Well, not very good. I wasn't very good after the second quarter. So, but and what I love, Coach, about it is we came back in a different style that the Railers aren't accustomed to doing, going to the basket and making twos and being aggressive to the hoop. It's hard to come back on threes because they're just not as consistent as you can be in layups, and it pulled in this game. This helped. I mean, this was big.
There's a reason we were down 13. I don't know. Did we get down 15 or 13?
Pretty close.
13, 15. There was a reason we were down, and that's the 3-ball wasn't going. And you continue to shoot the 3-ball, you're going to be down 20, 25, and that's one thing the guys did is they figured it out to let's get to the rim.
Yeah, the biggest deficit was at 37-22, so 15 points,
yeah.
and you talk about when Williams made the 2 free throws, made it a 5-point game for Lanphier with under a minute to go, and the Railers were still able to make that comeback. So, like you said, Coach, not going to do much tomorrow. Congratulations on the win here tonight, and as you said, it's a busy weekend for the Railers. Eisenhower comes in on Friday, and Joliet Central here on Saturday, and boy, another turnout by this Railer crowd. Boy, this Railer crowd was into it, and this is as much energy as we've seen in this gym in a couple weeks, and they really needed it here tonight.
Yeah, it was really good, and I think that's one of the reasons we won. The kids knew the fans were behind them, and hopefully, we can have a good crowd this weekend. It's great having 5 games at home in about a 10-day period.
Yeah.
But it also, a lot of people don't want to go to a basketball game 5 nights in 10 days. It's better to spread them out throughout the year. But unfortunately for our schedule, we have to play what's with us, and hopefully we can have the support that we need. We got 2 teams. One thing that's really good about this week is basically we were preparing for the same type of team all 3 games. Eisenhower's going to be aggressive, run. Joliet Central's going to do the same. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to push, shove, and do everything. So it's been great for preparation. So we just got to be ready and mentally prepared to get after it. And if we're that way, then we're in great shape.
All right, Coach, congratulations again on this come-from-behind win in overtime, and we'll see you Friday night back here at Royce Anderson. Lincoln getting ready to take on Eisenhower. Railers get the win 62-58. We'll be back to wrap things up in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.